Good morning, traders, and this is your daily review of the Dow Jones. We are using the Bill Williams theory. If you're not familiar with Bill Williams, just look in the comments below and you'll see some links to some of my videos on the Bill Williams theory, which will help you understand it. So we're starting off on the weekly, and last week we had this sort of hanging man pretty much off a level, and this level is kind of in this area here, but we obviously got a close above it, and now we're just hovering above this level. Now when we get down to lower time frames, you'll see, sorry, it's tidying it up on these two tails here. When we get the low time frames, you'll see how significant that level is at the moment. But on the weekly, we do have sort of a double top here while price is making a new high. Also, oscillator is still streaming to the upside, and the alligator is pointing up, so the trend is pretty much to the upside, and we're coming up to a significant level. If we look at the daily, that's the middle, we got pretty much a nothing bar. Actually, it's a sort of an inside bar. So in other words, this red bar fits inside the green bar, just the body, not the tails, and it's off a level. Okay, and level we have is this previous high, pretty much. Okay, so as you can see, we're kind of ranging in this area here, and I think we're going to get a lot of this until we get some significant earnings through, and that's pretty much what we're waiting for, is some of the big earnings in the Dow Jones to come through. So if we start drilling down to the 4 hour, you can see pin bar, pin bar, pin bars. So we've got quite a bit of rejection up at this level. Okay, and we had follow through here, and then we came off this bottom level here, which shows the significance of it, and the buyers were waiting here, and they pushed it back up. Okay, now whether this is going to continue to the upside is yet to be seen, and I think the key driver at the moment is the Asian market, which is up ever so slightly, but for the rest of the markets, I mean, they were pretty much flat yesterday, so nothing, no real fireworks at all. Okay, now if we start looking at the hour, you'll see that the oscillator here is grouping to the upside. Okay, and if you look at what's happened pretty much since the market opened, there's been zero momentum, no momentum at all. Dried up, and that's the way you see that is with the awesome oscillator when we're just hovering around the zero line here. This here indicates there's a lot of momentum either up or down, but we have had a breakout here, and I think that is a flag breakout. Okay, it's not a flag that fills me with confidence because there's only 4 touches to it. I'd prefer 5 or more touches in that flag, but this thing could very well be just building itself up, getting ready for the sellers to start accumulating again. And the other thing that you see here is a potential head and shoulders. So there's a shoulder, there it is there. He has a head, and he has a shoulder again. So one thing that I am going to be watching very closely is pretty much this area that we're in now, because that's a 61.8. Okay, so let's just get rid of this. Okay, so this area where we are right now, I'll take it off this inside tail here, that is our 61.8, and you can see there is a bit of interaction at that level as well. So the trick for me at the moment is to see on a lower time frame what's going to transpire here. You can see from a daily perspective we had a strong move down, and then the buyers, well, not the buyers, but the profit takers stepped in and has been drifting back to the upside. So I suspect we're going to get another move to the downside, and I think we're going to hover sort of in this zone until the earnings comes out. But I think bias basically is pretty much sideways in the longer term, but for the short term tasks, I have a feeling we're going to be heading to the downside pretty soon. Okay, now if you were to jump in here, your stop is going to be around 100 points. So this is pretty large at the moment, so I'll wait for the European Open, but I suspect that this area here is the area we need to pay attention to for any shorts. And let's pick it up on a fractal. There's a fractal there. There's another fractal there. And we've created a fractal. Well, we're creating a fractal here. Okay, so this is an area that I'd be looking at shorts. If we do continue to the upside, then I'll be looking for shorts off the top of the range. Okay, which will be somewhere in this area of 26,496, 26,500, or even if we look around 26,474. But somewhere around there is what I'd be looking for another entry short. Okay, and only to ride it down to test this level here at 26,347. Okay, so I think two choices here. Either just keep your money in your pocket and wait for the earnings to come out, and the second choice is just to trade the range as you see it. So anything off the top here is a short, and take that short, ride it to the bottom. Anything off the bottom here, look for price action like this, and you get a move to the upside. This little break below the level is not that significant. We didn't get a hour or 4 hour close below it, so it's more of a rejection than anything else. But if you look at what's happening here, we've got an inside bar forming off the 61.8, and it's a level. So I think you may find a move down, and if it is a move down, that is going to give you a measured move pretty much down to 26,280, which you'll probably find is it's not quite a breakout. There's the breakout there, so it'll be a little bit further than that. You're probably looking at around 26,250 as a target area. It's a breakout, and there's a breakout there as well. So that's kind of the view that I have at the moment. I don't expect this thing to break much higher, but I do expect it to either just range in this area or break to the downside and come right down to the bottom here. Okay, and if it does do that, that gives us a head and shoulders break as well, which means pretty much from the bottom there down, which will give me, let's just take that level there and look to the left, and you'll see there's a whole lot of congestion here. Okay, so anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. I strongly suspect that there's shorts coming, and it does depend on what happens with the earnings. If the earnings are positive, this thing's going to break through this level and possibly the all-time high. And the S&P is pretty close to its all-time high as well. So if that's the case, that's what's going to happen. If earnings are bad, then the fear of global slowdown and recessions and all sorts is going to come back to haunt us. Anyway, so I think that's it for me today. Watching this area to see what price action does. Not now, but at the European Open, and that would give me an indication whether I need to be short or long on this. Okay, so longs I'm a little bit scared of because of the level that's just above us. I'd prefer to be long from the bottom here, okay, rather than up here. So rather looking for shorts at the moment for a revisit of this level of 26,350. Okay, there we go. That's it for me today. Hope it helps, and I will catch you later. Cheers for now.